to start because we got to get this water boiling. Okay, so we're making amaranth crackers. Amaranth it's a grain that's native to the Americas. It looks like, when you get it, it looks like, here, can you bring that closer? So it looks like this grain. And you could eat it like this, but it's really hard. It's hard to crunch. So to make crackers, we're gonna put in 3 cups of water. I already have 2 cups. So here's 2 cups. Make it 1 more cup. So 3 cups of water, and we're gonna get that boiling. Is this plugged in? Oh, it is. Mm-hmm. Sweet. So get that hot. And amaranth crackers are like my favorite. You could probably move this back. I'm like in it. Just, okay, I'm gonna be a pain. Just move it back a little bit, but close enough that I can read it. I've got my glasses on tonight, so hopefully I can read. So we're bringing 3 cups of water up to a boil. And in the meantime, you're gonna measure out 1 cup of the amaranth grain. And this, you can get amaranth from Amazon or from health food stores, but this year we're gonna be growing our own. It's easy to grow. It's native to the area, so it does really well. Now you don't have to wait for it to start boiling. Go ahead and add your 1 cup of the grain. Put this away. And you're gonna bring that to boiling. I just want to show you what it looks like, because so when you first get it boiling, it looks kind of odd. It's gonna look like that. But once you get it boiling, you're gonna want to bring that down to a really slow simmer so that it doesn't burn. And then all the grains will sink while they absorb the fluid. So don't add salt, no anything. It's just water and your amaranth grain. And that's it. While we're cooking, let me know how you're doing. You can ask some questions. Let me know how you're doing. If you have any ideas on what you want me to cook next, let me know. No, or if you have a favorite indigenous recipe, let me know. What, baby?
No, it's much of a popular crowd. We have 2 people.
Well, I think it's a whole bunch of people just joined. I think it's because
they're joining and leaving.
It's snowy and cold and yeah. Yeah. But what I love about this recipe too is I put rosemary on it, and rosemary is an evergreen, so you can get fresh. I just go out to the garden and it's still there. I go and get that fresh, and it's like, it smells like summer. I just absolutely love it.
What are you making? We
are making amaranth crackers. It is super, super easy. So right now we're just heating up 3 cups of water and 1 cup of the amaranth grain. So it looks like this right now. We're gonna bring it to a boil, and then you're gonna hurry and turn it to a low simmer. It's so easy. It just takes a long time, but there really is like, there's no effort that really goes into this. And I do have the full recipe with instructions on my blog. That the link is in my bio. Yeah, it's super yummy. And you can put, like, I just like, my favorite is with sea salt, some cracked pepper, and rosemary. But some people like garlic and oregano, or you could add anything you want, or just salt and pepper, or whatever. It's awesome. It's really good. It's my favorite.
What are you making?
This is...
no, not what you're making. Sorry. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. You know, I'm cooking anyway, so I figured I might as well have all of you with me. Is it snowing where you all are at? Because it is... We're in Tennessee, and it has been snowing a lot. It reminds me of growing up back home in Utah. It's crazy for Tennessee. So I'm going to move this over and then I'm going to move to the next step. So what you'll do with this is you're going to bring it to a boil and then bring it down to a low simmer. It takes about 45 minutes and then you're going to want it like this. I'll show you. So it goes from this in about 45 minutes. It's going to look like this. So let me move this out of the way. I wonder if we could move this on the floor, but it's hot. You don't think the dogs will step on this? Okay, so now we've got this thick. So now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil. I normally don't measure, but I'm gonna be good at measure. So 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil. It's super light. It doesn't really have a flavor and it has a high smoke rate. And then you're just gonna stir that in.
In western Wisconsin, I think.
You've
Not
got
very
lots
much
of snow there.
snow.
Oh,
but
no.
I think southern is. But I know southern is getting hit.
It's crazy.
I
I mean,
love-
hello winter.
I love Cook Talk, especially the Indigenous recipes. Very snowy Michigan.
Ooh, Michigan, that's our homeland right there. I love Indigenous recipes too. And this one, it smells like summer. So we've stirred in the sunflower oil. Then we get our baking sheet. And some parchment paper. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're just gonna plop this down on our parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, that's fine. You can just like lightly grease your cooking sheet and it'll be just fine. Okay. So now we're just gonna spread this out. You can use a rubber spatula or a knife. I don't even remember where I got these.
It was
But it's handy.
Amazon, I think.
It came with something, but it works really well. We're just gonna smooth that out. Yeah, it's supposed to get to 9 degrees today, so we've got, or tonight, yeah.
I love snow.
We've got our goats in the barn, staying warm. Our chickens didn't even come out of the coop today. They were like, nope. So just smooth. This is cooled for a little while. If you do it the way that you should and do it right as soon as the 45 minutes is up, it smooths on. It's just a lot more liquid. I almost think that this is a little bit easier, having it cooled a little bit. And these crackers, they'll last forever, just like crackers, but they don't last long in my household. This is very satisfying, actually. This is kind of like meditation, and I needed that today. I've been kind of grumpy today. My son will agree, yes. She's been grumpy today. I think it's because it's February, and I have COVID fatigue. I want to go to a movie.
Snow.
My son is loving the snow. He's been sledding since yesterday. Good exercise for him.
Pain.
Do any of you have a favorite Indigenous recipe?
I like sticks and berries. Those are good.
Sticks and berries. Is that your favorite?
Well, popped rice. I like popped rice.
The fried rice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty smooth. Now, on one of the crackers, someone wondered if I could score it so it'd be easier to when we break them up. And so I tried that, where you can just score it. So it didn't work. It was a nice thought though. But it all just kind of forms into one.
Besides fry bread, lol. I like fry bread. We don't make much.
What?
Besides fry bread.
Oh, fry bread. Fry bread, it's good. We all enjoy it, don't we? But it's not an original food. Fry bread was out of necessity because we were just given lard and flour and baking soda for commodities when we were removed. So it's good. We enjoy it. We definitely, like our grandmas and moms and aunties made good use of it. Like, they made it enjoyable. But yeah, it's a commodity food.
Just picked up the sushi and made some great dishes.
Oh, that's a good book. Is that the one? Isn't he Lakota?
Learning how to roast with cedar.
Yes.
Same person.
I love cedar. One thing I'm going to try this summer too is using wood ash in cooking. You use wood ash to make like hominy and stuff like that. But traditionally would put wood ash like from the holes from peas and beans, as well as cedar ash and other things. So I want to try that when I'm able to get some and see. Okay, so we pretty much got it all fairly even. This is actually really helping. This is good meditation right here. It reminds me of those sand sculptures you can go through with a rake.
Fry bread and wajapi.
Wajapi. Oh my gosh. My son's here, so I'm going to tell you a funny story. I make wajapi every fall, right? And every spring. I make it all the time. But I made wajapi and then I couldn't find the jar. Because we put the leftovers in a jar and put it in the fridge. I couldn't find it. Like, where in the hell is the wajapi? I just made it. My son took it upstairs and ate it in his room. Just ate it out of the jar with a spoon. And the empty jar was left there. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to tattle on my son. So we've laid it all out here. Look how pretty that is. Now we're just going to sprinkle on, I like the coarse kosher salt. It leaves such a good crunch and it's easier to spread. So we're just going to spread that all over. This would even be good, like if you want to put sesame seeds. I mean, use whatever you want. I just really love the rosemary because it smells and tastes like summer. And I am missing summer right now. And then I like cracked pepper. And then I've got some fresh rosemary from my garden. And rosemary, again, it's my favorite. It's an evergreen, so you can go out and get it year round. Oh my gosh, smells so good. I think that's why I'm grumpy. I need summer. I need my flip-flops. I want to go fishing. But at the same time, I know we need the snow and the ice too, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite recipe, Kent?
For like indigenous stuff?
Yes, sir. I know sushi is like his all-time favorite food, but as far as indigenous food, what? You like it all?
Yeah.
Sticks and berries?
I like popped rice better.
The fried rice?
Yeah.
Just by itself? Yeah, he'll just eat the fried popped rice all by itself. That's what he do. Oh, this rosemary was very good to me today. Mm-hmm. But if you have any questions while we're cooking, go ahead and shoot. Make my kid work. He needs the reading experience. So now I'm just getting the stems off of, the leaves of rosemary off of the stems. Oh my gosh, it smells. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. See, and I wore my glasses today so y'all could ask me questions. And I could see. Bad sun, bad sun.
Do you use baking soda or baking powder in your fry bread dough?
Yeah, I put in some baking soda, but the fry bread I make, because my kids and I have celiac, so we can't have wheat or gluten, I make it gluten-free. So it's not as good as, you know, the real fry bread. But when I would make real fry bread with wheat flour, yeah, just a little bit of baking soda. And then you want to mix it with hot water, not cool water. And some people put yeast in it. I don't put yeast in it. Just baking soda, flour, a pinch of salt, maybe a little bit of sugar, just for texture. And then hot water.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I missed the first part. Can you say more about the amaranth?
Yes.
It ground like a flour?
It's grain, and it hasn't been ground, so it looks like, here, I'll show you. And this I just got off of Amazon so I could get a bunch, but we're gonna grow it this year so that I don't have to buy it. And it's tiny. Oh, as I spill it all over the floor. But yeah, it's just like tiny, tiny little grains. So to make the crackers, in a saucepan, we brought 3 cups of water to a boil, added 1 cup of the amaranth grain, stirred it, and immediately turned it down to a low simmer. Because you don't want it to burn. And then you're going to let that just simmer for 45 minutes. Are you moving me?
Yes.
And then you pour it into your baking sheet, smooth it all out. It's very therapeutic. And then we put on some coarse kosher salt, some cracked black pepper, and then I'm getting some rosemary ready because it brings me joy. Okay, a little bit more. You can't have too much rosemary, can you? Okay, now we're just gonna dice these up. Yeah, my 13-year-old son, I think he does like to. Let's see. Could I grow in Michigan? When do you harvest? In Michigan. It might be too cold, but I don't know because it's normally like a Mexico, Texas grain. But I would think, I don't know. I'm going to let you know because I haven't grown it before. But, you know, I think you can. Because some relatives of mine grew it in Oklahoma on the res, and I know that's not Michigan, and they had plenty of growing season. So I'm sure you could in Michigan. You're just going to want to start it as soon as you can. And I'll have to look at the seeds. Hold on a second. Let's see. That was a great question. Just needs a growing temperature of 60 to 85. So you could start it when it hits 60. Oh, and 8 to 14 days to sprout. It's in cool climates. You can start it indoors 4 to 5 weeks before transplanting. And it doesn't grow like a grain. It's more like a plant. And then it has really gorgeous, like fluffy red flowers. And then that's where the grain comes. So it's not like a wheat or even a corn. It's not like you would plant it like you would wheat or barley or oats. You could probably just plant a few plants, and then there's like literally thousands of the grains on each bud. So I'm sure you could grow it in Michigan. I sure hope so, because we plan on moving up there. Except maybe in the next 5 years. Hopefully sooner, but you know. Okay, so I've chopped up my rosemary.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
And then we'll just sprinkle that over.
You are impressive with your cutting skills. That's from me. That's not coming.
Oh. Lots of practice.
I
didn't used to be. Lots of practice. And watching cooking shows. I've always loved to watch cooking shows. Well, like growing up, like the only channel we really had, because we didn't have cable or anything. So we had PBS. And so they had a lot of cooking shows. Bob Ross.
Hell yeah.
Bob Ross is the best. Oh, this looks so, I mean, look at this. So then we're going to pop this in the oven at 300 degrees for about an hour and a half. It could take up to 2 hours. It depends on your humidity. For here, because it's still dry, it took about 90 minutes. So I'm going to show you. So pop it in the oven, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And then this is what it looks like after. You can see it's kind of bowed up. Here, I'll move this so we can see it. I'm gonna want to get a bowl anyway. Okay, so here we are. And you just break it up into like cracker size pieces. So it just kind of, oh, it's so good. And it smells like summer. So, and you can just break it into whatever pieces you want. And then I store it just in a Tupperware or a plastic bag. And it's so good. I love it by itself, but you can put hummus on it. Have you tried anything on it, or you just ate, you like them plain?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I really haven't tried with anything else.
Just by itself. I mean, it's so good. I don't like adding it. Like hummus, I think it would be okay. But,
Yeah.
you know, hummus isn't traditional indigenous. But hummus is good. So, and it's cool. Like, they're just so pretty all together. Let me put that there. I spilled grain all over the floor.
Not it.
Not it. My son just likes to eat the rosemary stems. He'll just end up chewing those.
Mm-hmm. It's like apple stems. I also eat apple cores.
You eat everything except for beets.
Orange peels. I hate beets.
So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? If your family doesn't like rosemary, what other herbs would you suggest? You can use anything you want. You could use garlic powder and oregano or thyme, or you could just do salt and pepper.
Thyme would be good.
Thyme is good. You could, like, the world is your oyster. Do whatever. You could do some basil and some garlic, parsley, salt and pepper, like any of that.
The lemon plant.
Lemon balm?
Maybe.
Maybe it'd be good with tarragon. Some tarragon leaves would be really, really good. Lemon balm might be good. I don't know. Just try it, huh? So there you go. There's your crackers. Super easy. You're welcome. This is so easy. I need to have. And it's not like on other crackers they'll like dissolve in your mouth and go right down. It doesn't. Like you just gotta try it. Try it. It came right out of his mouth.
How dare you?
It tastes like summer. It makes me so happy. So, and look how beautiful they are. They're absolutely beautiful. So good. The texture is so good. It's not like, you know, like saltines or even those water crackers. They dissolve in your mouth as soon as you hit it. It doesn't do that. It has an excellent texture. and flavor. The flavor is almost like green corn, like corn that isn't quite ripe yet. It's still a little green. It kind of has that flavor, really good flavor, nutty flavor. So I think tarragon would be really good with it. There is a recipe on my blog. The link is in, this ring light makes me look like I have alien eyes. If you go to the link on my bio, that is funny. It'll go, all my recipes are there. So yeah, so that'll go to my blog, and I've got recipes there from, I think, a couple years ago. But this is the most recent one. So just amaranth crackers. So easy, and they last forever if you want to store them, but they don't last a long time in my house. We just eat them up. Yeah, they're delicious. What should we make next time? I can't wait until springtime. We have got redbud trees that are native to the area, and they bloom. They're one of the first trees to bloom, and I make everything out of the blossoms. We make biscuits, or not biscuits, muffins, jam. You can just eat. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys that. But what should we could do the ginger carrots next time. They're good. I don't know. I'll have to do some thinking about what we're going to make next time. Well, this was fun, as always. So Wednesdays, yeah, we do a live with our food. What are you doing? Do you have somewhere to go?
Yes, I have a date.
With who? Your video games?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my boy. Okay. Well, I don't, why are you pushing buttons? He pushes all my buttons, I swear.
That's my thing. I'm with Tina.
Yeah, they push buttons all the time. Well, this was fun. So next time, I think I'll probably keep it easy again and just make carrots and ginger, indigenous style. In the summertime too, you can cook, like if you have a chicken, a bird, or a pheasant.
Or cat.
No. Or corn on the cob and potatoes. We'll cover it in clay and throw it in the fire, and that's an indigenous way to cook, and it is so good. So we'll probably do that in the summertime, but it's winter right now, so we can't. So I'll come up with some more recipes, and I always put them on the blog. The link is in my bio. Okay, so enjoy your crackers. If you try this recipe, let me know what you think, especially if you use some different herbs than I did. Let me know how it turned out. Now I want to try tarragon. Tarragon and lemon would probably be delicious.
I like lemons.
Excited to see that. Thank you for joining. You all give me the social interaction I need because I'm alone on our property.
Social interaction.
And I never leave because of COVID. And so y'all are like my family. So really, the ring lights are driving me crazy. So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming because you're seriously my only social interaction here on the hill. For sure. Okay. Well, I think it's time to make that kid brush his teeth and go to bed.
How dare you?
I know. How dare I be a mother? Well, I love y'all. Have a good night. Be safe. Stay warm. If you need anything, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And definitely, if you try this recipe, let me know how it works out. Okay? Thank you all. Bama Pee!